gotta do when to hold them and when to fold them. And I'm gonna fold them right now. All right. So, trying this out. Trying out doing stuff with the GoPro. So, I don't know if anyone can hear me right now over the fan, but we will see. So, just gonna try to test this stuff out. Make some branching tools, something simple. Something quick and easy just to see if this is even gonna work. If anybody can even hear me, if I can even edit this to like get audio or whatever, I don't really know, but it's gonna take some time talking while working. I don't normally do this, I work alone. And if you see my Instagram videos, I don't talk, I don't show my face, I don't do any of that, so this is new territory for me. It's a little dark in here, but it'll be fine. So, go ahead and mark these real quick. Go partially through, knock that over, butt it up against there. I don't know if anyone can even see this. Knock it over. Boom, ready for a weld. I do use flux sometimes, but I try to be sparingly with it because I don't, oh, I just hit the GoPro. I don't think that they're very strong. I've had a lot of flux welds bust, just like testing them. So I don't put a lot of stock in them for structural shit. But like for a scroll in, I don't really care. No one's gonna be hanging like a car off a scroll in, so it's no business to me. It's awfully dark in here. I hope that like I can figure out a way to do this with the light, because like can't see shit. That's pretty good. Upset this back into itself. Are we busting? We're not busting. That's good. Getting a little weird though. A little bit of a crack right there. That's fine. I haven't done a lot of these recently. Been doing a lot of repousse, a lot of little stuff here and there. But it's good to do this every once in a while. On Saturday, we'll practice, you know. It's good to stay sharp. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. I know my head's like flying all over the place when I'm working, so this may or not be consumable content. I hope it is. This is not looking super great, but yeah, this is not looking super great. I think I can kind of like, I'm gonna have to like really put a little dust on that. Don't like that. At least get the scarf down. Just way too hot, but it'll be fine. Whatever, that's ready. More of an upset. So I really think the most important thing when you're welding something up is the upset, because you can really get away with like really torching your pieces, you know. better for it to stick than for you to keep doing it cold, you know, make an absolute mess. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm not making any sense right now. That's good right there. Boom. That one came out actually pretty okay. A little thick right there. It's pretty good. I'll take that. My little scroll tool. It's probably hot enough for this. Just kind of clean it up. It's not the most perfect one, but it is round and it has that sharp corner in there, which is like, that's 99. I might rasp it actually real quick. Why not, you know? Take one heat to just clean it up. It's not that big of a deal. So I really need to rasp. This thing is so old. It doesn't have a handle, so I'm ready to stab myself with it and bleed out. It's coming. It'll be a nice little break. Sit in the hospital. You know, people bringing me shit. I don't have to worry about making stuff all day. And life. Nice little break. I did something, you know. We're ready to bend this guy up. I don't know how many heats that was. If you were counting, I guess let me know. I want to say that was like 8 or 10, which I'm sure that's not the fastest, but this is the way I enjoy it. This is, you know, life's not all about being the fastest, even though it kind of is in a lot of ways. Just try not to think about that. Making a mess out of this fire after I bend this guy up. I gotta really deal with that. The horn. Ooh, we're getting a little bit of a, don't quite like that bend right there. I don't like the way that this is coming out. We're way too flat in there, but I'm afraid I'm gonna kink it. And I'm too lazy. We're starting to get it. I think we're home free. A little flat still. I'll take that. A little bit, bend it up a tiny bit more. And then that'll be that for that one until we do the actual bending. It's always nice to do, I think it's kind of standard. I don't know if it's kind of nice, but it's pretty standard to get these guys started. Because once you got the whole thing together, I mean, it's kind of a nightmare to like hammer your scroll. You kind of got to use tongs or like wrenches and stuff. And like tongs and wrenches for stuff like this, like the very beginning, is no good. I mean, you're gonna be fighting uphill. So we got a little bit of a sharp right there, flat right there, so I'm just gonna clean that up real fast. We're just gonna hit it with one of these. I don't really like using these. I feel like they always kink it up. Yeah, that looks good. That's done. Cool. Alright, set this guy aside. I'm not super used to talking. I have not done a demo or anything like that to the public in like, I've got to be like 4 years. I've kind of been like in my own little world since COVID hit, trying to run my own business, start my own thing, you know. Unless you're like, you know, family with somebody, you're kind of on your own. This is a very solitary trade. A lot of dudes are just like working alone, or definitely in the beginning, you know. Once they get their shit together and they have a shop, they'll definitely hire someone to like. A lot of dudes. Why not? Let's just take it a little bit more. What was I even saying? A lot of dudes. Yeah, they'll start alone. Most of the dudes I work for start alone. They hire dudes later once you get big enough, once you start making money, but I guess this is, we'll see if this even happens. This might be the only one. I might post this and it gets like 2 views. Just a bunch of like Russian comments, and they all are like, this sucks, dude. Please bring back the anonymous style shorts where you don't say anything and there's no music, it's just a clicking and clacking of the hammer. I think we're ready to scarf this guy up. That's a pretty decent upset. I like that. It takes so long to upset this thin material. This is 1/4x1. It's just so like spaghetti, you know? It's like trying to keep spaghetti noodles straight is impossible. So it's a lot of back and forth. I feel like it takes forever. I mean, you could clamp it in the vise and like do it that way, but I just feel like I get better results and it's a lot more streamlined to just hit it on the anvil or on the upsetting block. Which I always thought was weird that this anvil has the upsetting block here. I feel like it's so much more intuitive to have it on this side, but I'm not an anvil designer. I don't really know. So this is my first anvil I've ever bought. The other one was just like, all the other anvils were at dude shops, and I got given an anvil. It's a very shitty anvil. It's on the floor right there. I shouldn't say shitty. It's a good anvil. They got me pretty far, but it's definitely not the nicest, which I only do the nicest things. Definitely not the cheapest one I could find for the money. That had everything I needed. It's definitely, you know, this is the, what is that brand that everyone talks about? The Refling House, that's what it is. This is definitely the Refling House right here. This beautiful anvil. So, go ahead and stick these guys together. You could do this in the fire, but I like to use the induction. It's just like, it's like 1,000,000 times quicker, and it's a lot less stress. So, yeah, I like to do it that way because it's a little hot. All right, get some of this. I've seen some dudes that can do fluxless in the induction. I have not had that luck. Mine just like explode like into 1,000,000 pieces. So I'm just like, whatever. I do not have that delicate of an ego to like be like, I have to do fluxless every time I weld. Like, who gives a shit? If it came down to it, I'd blast it with a MIG welder if I needed to. Who cares? It's like, you know, it's about the finished product. It's not about like, no one really cares. Just blacksmiths. I like this. I don't actually have a propane forge right now. I've been in the process of building a ribbon burner for a ribbon burner for a while now. And just cause like propane forges, like the commercial ones are so expensive and they're not good. Like, no offense. If you are the maker of the Whisper or whatever, and you know, you come across this video or something, I apologize, but I am not a fan of your products. And you want to breathe in this smoke, is very good for you. Super healthy. So I don't have any ventilation here. So That is stuck. That's very quick and easy. And this goes back in the fire. I really gotta deal with this right now. Burning through lots of coal lately, and coal is, I use coke, I don't use coal just because I don't like the smoke. As I just breathed in a bunch of borax smoke. I don't like the smoke. I find it really annoying, and I don't like working with coal. I've worked coke mostly. Most of the places I've worked at, we use coke, so I'm just used to it. It's pretty good. Well, it's definitely stuck on the end now. So probably need a little bit more heat on that. I feel like I'm just like, I want to save myself the trouble and the embarrassment of this coming out on top of the camera. I think we're there. Yeah. That's the stuff right there. A little bit of biscuit dough right there. Oh yeah. Start to roll this guy over. This guy's short enough I can use the horn. So this is how I like to make, I don't know what you would call this scroll. Like, I'm not like, I know a lot of blacksmiths, they're like obsessed with like styles and stuff, like, and like, oh, this is the technical word for this tool, and like I had that in school. It was like I had to learn like the names of each color and stuff. It's like, who cares? Like, you know, it's like, that's, I feel like that's so like, it's like very gatekeepy. It's just like, who cares what the name is? Like, just, if you could make the shape nice, that's all that matters. Like, it's a shape, you know? It doesn't have an inherent name for it. Did the shape exist before somebody drew it? I don't know, maybe. That's like a whole idea, is that these things exist, you know? And you gave a name for it, so like, is that the actual name for it? I don't know. Like, maybe you just made it up. Maybe you're just making like a system of like definitions in like lawyer speak so that you can make people feel stupid for like I don't know. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm just yammering. If there was somebody walked in right now, they'd be like, yeah, what is going on right now? This is chaos. But so I guess I probably should have explained this, but like when I make, I was kind of explaining that, but I went off on a whole tangent. But this guy, I don't know, let's just call him a guy, you know, this little shape where you have the scroll going into another scroll. I like to do it like this. I like to do kind of like a fishtail, and I should probably get this in. I don't want to lose this heat, but it would not hurt to explain what I'm doing. I like to keep it a fishtail because I'm gonna weld this whole thing together. And having this to like smash down on when you're welding, it just like helps close everything up, I feel like, you know. So this is one that, like, I mean, some welds you gotta kind of keep it, you know, keep it easy, take it easy. One like this, it's like I've got so much material, I'm just gonna blast it, you know. Really get it absolutely sizzled, make some absolute biscuit dough out of this one. Because I've got plenty of material to work with. If like I eat out a big chunk of it, then like so be it. I got enough material to work with it. Ooh, ah, got some slag in my boot on that one. Looks like we got it welded though, so the burn will be worth it in the end. Yeah, looks like we got that one pretty good. So take another heat. Big sizzle. That was not quite a big sizzle, but I'll take it. Slag flying absolutely everywhere. Now we're gonna go, looks like, yeah, we definitely are welded here. It's hard to tell right here. We're just gonna, I need to clean this guy out here in a second, and I probably won't. So I want to keep this momentum going. Oh yeah. I know someone's looking at this and is like, you burnt this. Trust me, just trust the process. You have enough material on here that you can absolutely, see, look, it doesn't even look burned anymore. And once we clean all this up, the only problem I'm having is I kind of came at this at a weird angle. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't really, it doesn't really look that burned anymore. I mean, this will all clean up into the actual scrolling. So, would this be the strongest weld? If I was building like a train or something, I don't know. Probably not, you know. It got sizzled pretty hard, but will it hold two scrolls together? Yes, I believe so. I believe it will. It's starting to look. I'm gonna take this over the power hammer. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So at this point, I'm just gonna go ahead and make the nib. Boom. So go ahead and round this guy off. This one might be a little bit more of a fight than the other one. Maybe. I don't know. Looks alright. These ones are always kind of tricky just because like the way I do it is probably not the most appropriate way, but they can be a little bit finicky. They're a little bit more uncontrollable than I'm sure the way that, you know, the old masters did it, but I am not an old master. I'm just a dude, just a guy trying to figure this out. And I found a way that works for me. And it may or may not work for you. Just the way it is. I'm gonna take this guy to the special tool and then hit it with the rasp. I really wish I had a actual, where did I put that tool? I really wish I had an actual rasp that actually works, but you win some, you lose some. I mean, they're like, what, $10? And I just don't, there it is, can't see. It's $10, 10 whole dollars. And I gotta go out to the farrier supply. I mean, that's like 10 minutes out of my way, 20 minutes out of my way. I mean, how could I even do such a thing? Just kind of balancing this out. Just kind of looking at the shape, making sure everything's kind of moving correctly. Because I mean, once you bend this guy up, like that one looks nice, that bend looks nice, this one's a little heavy, that side's a little heavy. I mean, once you bend these guys up, like it's kind of over. You know, you can get in there with a file, but like, or a Dynafile, or like maybe if you're like the world's best grinder user, you can get in there. I've never had a lot of luck with it, just because maybe I'm just not very good at using a grinder. I feel like I am though, but you know, whatever you do, there's always someone out there that's better than you, no matter what. So that's probably good enough. And look at that. If you saw this after you saw that mess that I pulled out of the fire when I did that weld, you'd be like, you burned it, start over. No. You can work your way out of a pretty serious burn if you have the material. It's you know, it's like clay. It's like if I have enough clay and I take a chunk out of it and I keep squishing it, it'll eventually be a ball, you know? You know, burnt steel, unless you absolutely fry it and it comes apart, yeah, you messed up. But like, you know, this sizzling and like kind of weird and acting strange, and it's looking like, you know, biscuit though. I mean, that's what it looks like. If you ever made biscuits, it's yeah, it's just, you can push it out to fill out those gaps. Like, it ain't rocket science, you know. And if it doesn't, you can always hit the old grinder. There's no shame in that. Anybody who thinks that there's shame in using a grinder is a psychopath, and they probably don't make any money doing this, and they probably are like, just, I don't know. There's a lot of dudes who like are perpetual hobbyists, or like they went to art school or some fucking bullshit, and like they're very elitist about this. So when I'm doing this, I'm really just worried about this outside. This inside, it's like, I'll fix this. They're gonna kind of go in together. So like, if the inside looks janky, that's fine, because that's not where it's gonna stay, obviously. So if while you're making the scroll on the outside, it does not look correct, that is okay. There's very few things that you can like not fix doing this type of work, whether with a grinder or like a little bit of forging, you know, hit it with a MIG welder, no shame in that. We've all done that. Build up a little material. I'm making an absolute mess out of this now. Got a little too cocky. But I think we're like pretty much like, I can take it. I can fix this in post once this whole thing is together. I might actually like squash it real quick right here. Looks pretty good. All right, so that's done. Boom, on the floor, on to the next. So when you're heating up steel, the slowest part to heat up steel is to go from this to a color. That takes forever. Going from like red to white, it does not take that long to do that. The longest is to go from gray to heated. So I like to stick the bar that I'm going to be working on after it in the side of the fire, because it doesn't get really hot here. Like, you can leave it there and it will not burn. Like, the steel is only going to get it's only going to get to the color that the coals are. So If you got like red coals over there, orange coals, that's the hottest it's gonna get, you know? So you can kind of leave it, you know, set it and forget it. And then you're not having to like, once you're done with the other side, it's not like you gotta wait like 5-10 minutes for the other side to heat up. Like, you're already there. Stick it in there, quick 1 minute, done, no problems. Everyone's happy. Yeah, so that's good. That'll be ready. But you don't want to get it like keep it at like a high orange heat forever. That's no good, because you'll just oxidize it and you lose a lot of material, and that's no good. You don't want that, because then you lose material, and then it's a little bit different, and if it's a little bit different, then it doesn't look the same, and if it looks the same, it's a little bit different. If it's a little bit different, then it doesn't look the same. And you want everything to look the same. You want everything you do to be identical. You don't want any variation in your life. You want everything to be exactly the same. That's why I wear the same clothes every day. I don't wash them. I use the same hammer. I only have one hammer. The hammer's right here. I only use one pair of tongs. It's all about oneness, you know? It's just one person. All right, that's probably good. Cool. I think we're probably hot enough. Yeah, it's good. It actually came out pretty alright, you know? Take another weld just to seam everything up. It means I didn't learn in England. That's what it means. It means I'm just the plebeian American blacksmith. Did not go to Hereford. We're getting it sideways. Alright, starting to straighten it out a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty straight. Oh. It's good enough for my purposes. I really need a pair of tongs. I'm really gouging into my hand. I still like to use my hand more than I like to use tongs. I know that's like, you're not supposed to be like that, but I can't deny my essence, you know? Boy, this is becoming a mess. Whoa. Can we bail ourselves out of this? Maybe. It looks like we got enough material. Oh yeah, now we're talking. That is going to be a problem. I mean, this whole thing's going to be a problem. I need to get better at talking while doing this. If I start talking, I just kind of like zone out, and then I look down, I've got an absolute mess on my hands. We're starting to get there. We're starting to fix it. A little cleanup crew. Cleanup crew showed up. Maybe a couple more heats in the old tool, and whatever. It is what it is. This is mostly just me trying to figure out how to talk and work. This is not really gonna go anywhere important. This is going somewhere important. This would be potentially in the scrap pile right now. Maybe. Might make it up on the back end, you know? Never judge a book by its cover, that's what they say, right? And I certainly judge this book by its cover. It's like, this is a mess. You guys heard me say that. And I might regret it. It's just a little bit beefy for me, you know? I think I might make a little gate that I need to make, something, a little simple thing. Might do that for the GoPro. Something easy, you know? A couple pickets, some branching scrolls up top. Something fun, you know? Like 4x3 gate, something kind of small. I think that's what it is. I gotta look at the design. But that seems like something that's like not like, you know, if I fuck this up, I'm gonna be in big doo-doo, you know? It's easy enough that I feel like I can talk while I'm making it. We're starting to get there. I think that's like, that's alright. I think that's alright. You know, I'll take that. We'll just go ahead and bend this. Let's just get this show on the road. Both work trucks are out. Absolute nightmare situation. Gonna have to figure that one out pretty soon because I need material for a couple little jobbies. And I'm kind of delaying the inevitable on that, you know. That I need a work truck. Go pick up steel and tools, you know. So that's like first order of business, you know. Get the trucks fixed. One of them I will probably end up fixing myself. The other one is sitting in a dude's shop because I am not a diesel mechanic. I don't pretend to be. I can do a little bit. I do the glow plugs and stuff, you know. I rebuilt the drive shaft, you know. I'm all right. I can do some stuff, but I'm more of a gasoline mechanic, you know. If I were to, if someone put a gun to my head and said, "Are you gonna work on a gasoline engine or a diesel engine?" I'd say, "I hope it's got unleaded." That's what I would say. My other little work truck. What is it? My little Toyota. That thing. That poor thing, dude. I have sent that thing to hell and back. It blew a coolant line the day before Christmas Eve, mind you. Not very respectful from the Toyota, I feel like, but you know, it's a car. What was I talking about? Yeah, the Toyota doesn't care that it doesn't know what Christmas is. They don't know what Christmas is in Japan. Don't they do a whole thing with like KFC and Santa Claus or some like they all dress up? They go to KFC and Santa Claus is sitting there. Something like that. I think I saw something about that like a decade ago, and that just like has been fried into my memory. I really need to take a week off or something. I've been chugging through work, did not give myself a break for the holidays. Big mistake, classic mistake. I do this every year. I'm just like, I'll just work through the holidays. Ooh, a little bit of a mess, I like that. Absolute nightmare situation. We love to see it, that goes in. Ready for the weld. Boom. That one went pretty good, I think. I don't know. It is what it is. But yeah, working through the holidays. I feel like I do that a lot. I don't know. I can be a bit of a workaholic. Probably not a bit. Probably, yeah, I am a workaholic. I've gotten better about it these days. I'm not talking to a friend. I'm talking to one Russian man on YouTube right now who's gonna speak in a language I don't understand, or Ukrainian, you know. Could be either, but like, I mean, let's be honest here. I don't really know the difference. I didn't even know that Ukraine was next to Europe. I thought it was near like Azerbaijan. I'm not Mr. Cartographer. Where do they even draw the line? How come they get to be their own continent? It's not Europe and Asia, it's Eurasia. We do North and South America because obviously Panama is like the separation point. Where is the separation point between Europe and Asia? I don't know. I think they made it up because the Europeans think they're better than everyone else. Because they make cathedrals and, you know, the Tour de France. And what else do they make? Airbus. I'm just saying French. Conquistadors, you know. I know the Portuguese, they make a lot of weird fish soup. I had that while I was living in Europe. I do like fish, but not for every meal, you know. Stingray and stuff like that, you know, not for me. But hey, I'm sure there's a lot of things I eat. I'm sure if you gave them a Bojangle pimento cheese Cajun filet biscuit, they'd probably throw up and be like, this is disgusting, but I think they're good. I wish they would bring back the pimento cheese at Bojangles, but I don't think they will. I don't know why they don't. I didn't even know they took it away until, like, I don't go to Bojangles, I'm not a fast food guy, but I was seeing somebody who ate fast food, and we went to Bojangles for going to the Renaissance Festival, and I asked for pimento cheese and they did not have it. Bit of a bummer, but you know, you take your licks and you keep on going. But you're just like, why did you guys get rid of that? I was like, damn, this one's turned out all right. I'm redeeming myself for the absolute mess that I made last time. But if you are watching this and you are not from the southeast of the United States, you are probably like, I have no idea what you're talking about. This is very boring. But what can I say? I'm a regional guy. I'm gonna talk about regional stuff, you know? I mean, I have traveled around a lot, but I'm just not into it. I like where I'm from. I like North Carolina. No intentions of leaving. I mean, even South Carolina, it's like, you guys are so different, especially Virginia, dude. If you're from Virginia, you're doing your best, but like, boy, you guys are just like the absolute worst. If you're a friend of mine, you are from Virginia, you're not though, you're actually the best. You're actually the nicest guy. But in my experience, people from Virginia, they seem to think that they like are, you know, the best thing ever. Which they are not. North Carolina is obviously the best thing ever, but I'm just yammering right now. Alright, it's all jokes though. You know, if you're from Virginia, I'm sure you're a cool guy. I'm just like, look man, I'm sitting here. I bought this GoPro. You know, people seem to like my Instagram videos, so I was like, maybe I'll just give them some more. This is like, you know, not an easy way, but like, I'm not gonna sit here and edit like YouTube videos for like, I got shit to do, dude. I can't like set up a camera and spend a bunch of money on like this and that, but like GoPro, you know, I can do that, but I'm just yammering, dude. It's all jokes, we're having fun. I'm not really having fun, I'm tired. God, I f***ed that off, didn't I? Alright, I got a little too big for my britches on that one. But I wouldn't say that this is for other blacksmiths. I mean, I know that like my Instagram, it seems to be other blacksmiths, but like, Man, I really farmed that. I gotta fix this stat. Really just trying to like, just trying to fix this thing right now. But no, what I'm trying to do is I'm really just trying to like get this stuff out there, you know, to like the regular person. Cause like I'm like, look man, I'm not like an artist, dude. I did not go to art school, you know. I'm just like a regular guy, I would say. Obviously different because I do this, but the more I can get this out to like regular people, I feel like it'll just keep this from dying, you know. And I mean, probably the best way to do it is just to like post on YouTube, I guess. I don't know. I'm figuring this all out. Made an absolute mess out of this. I can't believe I did this to myself. I can't believe I've done this. What is going on? Oh, I fucked this up, man. Oh. Am I gonna get my way out of this? Is this hit going to absolutely ruin it? Maybe. We might get our way out of this. I think I can squash that. Alright, I'll take that. That's alright, it saved it. It's not so pretty on that side, but it's also not so pretty on that side. But it'll suffice for what I'm doing. It'll be fine. I mean, so just the joys of life. Joie de vivre. That's what they say, right? Where is my other guy? Looks pretty good. I'll take it. That's hot. So these two guys are ready to weld up. Come on. There we go. So whatever, it's fine. Boom. And there's our scarf. So this might still be hot. I'm gonna hit it in the cold. A little hot. Camera died. I only have one battery right now. I did not realize it would take so much battery to do one video, so I'm gonna have to figure. It's definitely gonna be something to figure out in the future, but I charged it, you know. Let's get back to it. And we're stuck. Great. Side. Bend this up. Back in the fire. Well, that's the hard part is done. Doesn't that look not as hard as everyone makes it seem? It's actually, you know, just get it hot and slap it together. A lot of people just, I don't know, it doesn't matter. It's a lot of lore around this stuff, around doing a forge weld, and it's a lot of just nonsense. You just gotta get it hot and put it together. If it doesn't go together, it's probably because it's not hot enough. That's really it. So and so I really gave it that big upset there. I really don't have to worry all too much about getting this thing too hot here, because when you're doing a branches scroll, the end with the one, you got your two end right here, you got your one end right here. So your one end is what burns up almost all the time. If you burn up your double end, just stretch it out, like it's not that big of a deal. You got the material. A lot of this is just having the material. So if you burn something, make a mistake, just make sure you got the material to clean it up. If you're watching this for learning, you're just watching it just to listen, then this is not very useful to you. Might actually throw a little flux on this guy. Help me get down this scarf. I mean, it's welded together. Just kind of want it a little bit cleaner. And I feel like the flux helps. Definitely helps keeping it cleaner. But I mean, that's good. I mean, you could take that. That's done. I mean, if you're in a pinch, you're in a rush, you know, just stretch that out, you're good. You know, that thing's welded, ain't going anywhere. Boom. All right, that looks good. Yeah, see, that looks a little bit better. Looks a little bit more clean. We do have a little bit of a scarf, but I mean, I feel like almost all of them have a little bit of a remnant of a scarf, and it's kind of like the magic of doing it this way is you can see, like right there, that little scarf. You can see the workmanship, you can see it, and I feel like it's kind of what people are looking for when they buy this type of work. If someone just wants something done and you're over here forge welding it together, it's like, you're wasting your time, buddy. Uh-oh, a little spicy on the back, but it's alright. I hope you can see this. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So, little evidence cracked right there. I don't think we have a scarf on the other side, which is nice, but break those edges. So you can kind of see the scarf where it's folded over on the back end, but it doesn't matter. That's pretty good. Pretty flat, not too thin. I didn't even burn this one too bad, so. That's a plus. So let's get this guy bent up. You can also sit there and like really smooth those things out. Let's get it like really smooth. You gotta do when to hold them and when to fold them. And I'm gonna fold them right now. Here's something I'm working on sometime soon, but you know, it's important. Well, you get lucky, you get one of those, it's important to take the time to really make it good. I feel like. So, let's spin this guy out. See where I kind of farmed it earlier when we were first making it? Yeah, there we go. I hope you can see what I'm up to. Flat spot there. That's the one great thing. I mean, everything's a trade-off, but the one great thing about working with 1/4x1 is, boy, you can really stretch that bending heat, you know? It's like, I'm rocking this at like a low red, and if I was doing like 5/8 square, like, you know, 3/8, even 3/8 by 1, I mean, I'd be stretching it right now. So take this to the anvil and flatten it out. Get the other side bent up, you know. Maybe on the other side, like on this side, that top side, we might have it where you can kind of see that scarf a little bit, but I'm hoping since it's welded, it's seemingly welded pretty well on the sides. So I'm hoping those sides will hold for us. I shouldn't say everyone has had that, you know, if you've never done this in your life, you've never had that happen to you. But if you made a branch and scroll in your life, you've had that happen to you before. I certainly have. And there's no shame in it. This is all learning. Damn, I really, too sharp right there. Can you even see what I'm up to? Too sharp right there. Get this guy back in the heat. I just kind of like bend it and it does things. No, it's actually gonna work better for this. Goodbye file. Stick in one of these. Wedge it out. Oh yeah, that's what I'm looking for. That's the stuff. Now we can really straighten that out. So we're just going kind of, damn, my hands are getting hot. Kind of just going back and forth. See how I just bent that? It's like, that's like black cold. Because it's 1/4x1. Shouts out 1/4x1. Sometimes you're a pain in the ass and sometimes you're a miracle. It's just, it's hard to tell sometimes. I'll tweak that up a little bit later. I really don't have, if I had a drawing or whatever what this is gonna look like, I probably should have. It'd be a lot easier to do this, but I'm just kind of freeballing it. So everything will get tweaked. I really need to make more bending forks and stuff. These are like, I made these in school and they're not, they like, everything gets kinked up with them. They're not very good. I made them literally a decade ago. So they are not the best. And I should probably make more of them because just kind of freeballing it and they don't give me kind of the best curves. And I know it's, see how it's like bending up? I mean, a lot of that is because I'm up here instead of down here, but like, I'm gonna blame the tool because I can. So that says about me what you think it does. But yeah, see how it's kind of bent out like that? Should probably just like clamp this in the vise and give it an old yank. Straighten it out. Yeah, like that. Yeah, it's starting to take shape a little bit. It's starting to look like a scroll. But I feel like, honestly, what I really love to do is clamp one of these guys in the vise. One of these bending guys, one of these bending forks. Clamp these guys in the vise and just go ham that way. It's really what I prefer. I need to make a separate tool to go in here instead of just using the same inches, but Snap Rook don't fix it right. Bend her up. Oh yeah. Now we're getting somewhere. So I'm gonna flip this guy around. And this is kind of, these can be a little bit difficult doing those kind of double scroll guys. I really need to figure out the name of those. So if you're watching this and you're like, you're really into reading books, I'm just not a book reader, I'm sorry. I know I've had people, very nice people, send me books of ironworking, and you know, I do really appreciate all of that, but I just do not, I'm not a reader. I like pictures and images, and I like drawing. I'm a much better drawer. I'm not a very good writer. In school I was told I was a very bad writer in high school by my teacher, so I've kind of accepted that. But it's not a bad thing. I mean, if I was like, you know, working for the New York Times, I mean, I'd be stressing, but I'm not. I'm making shapes. So like, if I was illiterate, that would mean absolutely nothing in my world, honestly. Like, actually, I'd probably change a lot if I'm thinking about it, but I would still be able to do this if I was illiterate, because a lot of it is oral tradition and or at least from what I've seen. I mean, I've read a few books about it, but nothing like cracked my dome open, you know? Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So, these are kind of tricky. I still have not mastered these. I might need a pair of gloves, actually. Nah, we're not doing gloves. What am I talking about? I'm gonna burn my hand. Ooh, that's hot. That's a spicy meatball. Ooh. All right, yeah, we're getting gloves. This is ridiculous. 2 mismatched gloves. Now we're talking. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're cooking with oil. They're very hard to use with gloves, but that's just the joy. The joy. Every day is about joy. That's what I have learned. Every day is actually every day is about joy. It's like a little known thing no one tells you. It's actually, that probably is a good way to live your life, being honest. I'm just being an ass. Being a bad guy. Alright. That's starting to look like something. Please let me grab you. Thank you. Can I muscle my way into flattening? I think we can. So, flat spot here. A little sharp there. But I think if we smooth this out, we'll be able to figure out what's going on. I kind of like that. I kind of like how it follows and goes up. I like that shape. I've never really experimented, or I shouldn't say, I mean, I'm not a scientist, but I've never really screwed around with doing a shape like that. I mean, normally if you do a shape like that, you're just like, just weld it on, you know? But I've never had one follow quite like that. And I never will again, because I'm about to bend it. So I hope I enjoyed that. I really need to figure out how this shape is gonna look. How this scroll, it looks a little cattywampus. And I have not like figured out where the cattywampusness is happening. I think it's happening here. But best thing you can do is just keep bending it until it looks like absolute garbage, and then bend it back, and then it will look even worse. Because the thing about bending these things is they do not like being rebent, or I should say bent back. Once you bend something, I mean, it is what it is. It's done. You've made your bed. It's time to sleep in it. It kind of looks all right. We're sharp here. See if I can. Nope, not gonna be able to do that. Need to hit the bench press more before I can approach it like that, you know. Maybe if I can bench 3 plates, I could do that, but not now. Not now, not ever. I mean, last time I like really tried to force bend in something cold like that, I like legit snapped something in my hand. Hopefully that will heal eventually. Probably won't. I think I'm at the age now, approaching 30, that once things kind of break down, they're broken for good. I think that's how it goes. That's kind of the vibe I get from people I had met when I was younger who were in their 30s. Definitely the vibe I got is, you know, your problems. Man, that does not look super great. Come on. That's gonna be a tough one. I really need to bend this in, but it's gonna look like not very good. We're starting to match the other end. I think I can go ahead and bend up the middle. Why did I say the middle? This guy, the little guy. The little fella. The little fella that I welded on there. And I hope that in my bendings, because it looks pretty good right now, kind of like that shape. And I hope that if I bend this out, it just doesn't make it look like complete garbage. But it might. That's the risk that you take. This is why it's important to draw these things out and not just like grab 4 random pieces of steel that you have and just scrap it and be like, well, we're welding them together, you know? It is what it is. I'm sure I could sit here and that'd be a nightmare. I know it's sort of easy to take a drawing like this, figure out lengths. You just use a string, put the string on here, stretch it out, figure your length. But doing your length, I guess you could do it the opposite and then draw it. But I feel like that would be an absolute nightmare. Nightmare scenario. I think we got the heat we need. So, how do we do this? Where is my guy? Here's my guy. Gosh. We're just gonna send it this way. There we go. Now I can get in there. Probably need something to wrench onto. Yeah. Oh yeah. There we go. We're starting to get it out. Oh, in the file. Probably should just get in there with a chisel if I'm being completely honest. This actually might turn out okay. Here's my chisel. Still too cold to do what I'm doing at it, but whatever. It is what it is. I don't want to wait anymore. I'm trying to like rush through this because my battery on my GoPro is dying swiftly. Oh yeah, now we're getting somewhere. A little flat right here. I think we can fix that. Yeah, there we go. Starting to look like something. Starting to look like something intentional. bit of a pickle now. I know how to fix this pickle. That did not fix the pickle. We're going back. I think it was gonna have to, yeah. I can't tell if I like it. I don't really know. Certainly has a je ne sais quoi about it. It's really hard to like, I mean, S scroll, I guess this is a C scroll. Probably the smartest idea would have been to go S scroll on this. I don't know why I went C scroll, but it's a little too late for that. Probably tweak with it a little bit more and just, ooh, that's a piece of coal. I smell that. Don't like, God, that coal, I'll tell you what, smelling coal, because I've only burned it a few times in my life, it brings back some memories of working for some dudes and working in some shops that did burn coal, and a lot of those memories are not like super great, so I get like kind of like a flashback whenever I smell coal. Just a little sharp right here. I think this just might be what I'm working with. I mean, all right. I mean, we'll call this GoPro, and then I'm gonna turn the GoPro off, and then I'm gonna screw with it for like, I don't know, a couple more heats, and then we'll see where we're standing. All right, so tweaked with it a little bit, but I think this turned out all right. I would call this a success, and that's super loud. I mean, it's pretty good. A little C scroll inside of a C scroll action. I don't know if I'm gonna post this on my Instagram. We'll see. I don't even know if this will get posted at all. So if you liked it, like it. If you didn't, please give me a thumbs down and let me know what you didn't like about it. And if you think I did not do this correctly or that correctly, or see what it looks like in the light. Yeah, it's all right, you know. But yeah, if I didn't do something correctly, and you obviously, a little sharp there, you obviously know what I did wrong, please tell me. I'm always open to that, you know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm probably gonna cut all that out, but yeah, there it is. I don't know what that was, like an hour and a half, you know, start to finish. So not super fast, but didn't take all day, but I think it looks nice. So that's it.